Hey everybody, it's Joseph. This is part 2 of my video vlog on my way to get tested for the coronavirus. I just want to point out to you, we're constantly being told we should stay indoors, and here you have two people walking relatively close to each other. I do understand that it doesn't mean we should all be shut-ins all the time. I do realize being outside, it's probably good not only for our health but our mental health. But even on my way over here, I wasn't able to film. Obviously I was driving. There are large gatherings of people clumped together. Admittedly, some of those were what appeared to be homeless people. But I was coming down by my grandparents' house. They actually live in a very nice area by South Pasadena. And I was coming through there on my way here to Dodger Stadium, or right outside Dodger Stadium. And I've seen a lot of crews working on homes, landscapers. And, personally, I don't think that's a necessity. I don't think that's first responders or maybe technically industries that need to be functioning and open at this time. I really don't think people take it seriously. And that's shameful, because all you have to do is look at Italy. For some reason, their death tolls keep going up. People unfortunately never think that's going to happen to them, and that's the problem, is that we have a pandemic, and I don't know if the old adage, ignorance is bliss, which seems to be the case here, or we just don't want to admit to ourselves the crisis that we're in at this time. So for those of you of faith, I guess all we can do is do the right things and trying to avoid contact as much as possible, constantly wash our hands, and I think pray as well. I think this is all hands on board situation. I think prayer helps, being clean, being smart, using some common sense is all part of that. It's just not a one-pronged solution. I think when you have a situation like this, you got to throw everything at it, and utilize every potential resources you can. And that includes prayer, that includes keeping positive vibes, and maybe not be ashamed to tell our friends or relatives that are outside to say, you know what, if you don't need to be outside, maybe you just need to stay in and keep to yourself. We had other generations before us who sacrificed a lot more than what we're sacrificing now. It's not to say that we're not making any sacrifices ourselves, but I think in our society have become very complacent. Many people in our society feel privileged and self-absorbed in this world that we're living in, and only think about themselves. And obviously I see that in the millennials. And that could be any young generation. I try to put myself in their position, and maybe when you're in your teens or early 20s, you feel invulnerable. You don't think anything can hurt you or stop you. And you never stop to think how your actions will affect other people. That's the thing with a lot of the young patients now that are being seen at facilities and hospitals, is that a lot of them are or have been asymptomatic, haven't shown any signs, but they're carrying the virus. And unfortunately, even though it might not be a huge problem for young adults or younger people, is that they become transmitters and spreaders to other people. And that's the problem. It becomes a domino effect. It spreads like wildfire. Once one person who's knowingly or unknowingly out in public continuing their normal routines, not knowing they're affecting other people. So as you can see, we got a lot closer. Here's the actual building, the Armory building. From what I understand, during World War II, it was a naval armory base. You always had a lot of National Guard meet here, and behind the mountain is Dodger Stadium. But even behind Dodger Stadium, there are training facilities for the LAPD. So this building has been a multi-purpose building for years, and we're getting a little bit closer, as you can see, and I'll pick this up in a little bit. And there it is, folks. You see about 6 different cars lined up. It's taken a while. It looks like there's only possibly 1 or 2 tents beyond the tree there that are actually testing you. I take that back. It looks like there's 2 lanes, I think, if you see closely. Sorry. There you go. Looks like there's 2 separate lanes. You see some personnel in white lab coats. It looks like those are the ones swabbing you to take the test. And so I've been in line for about 20-25 minutes. So I guess it's not that bad. I think the way the city's been organized is actually pretty well organized. As I mentioned, there's 5 different sites that cover the large basin, technically, of the city of LA. So there's one in Sylmar, there's one in Crenshaw, and there's one here at Dodger Stadium. There's another one by I can't think of the name of the dam. Maybe Sepulveda Dam. And that's 4, and there's another one that I can't recall off the bat. But as you can see, there's cars pulling up. I think what they do is they verify who you are and your appointment time, and then you go through a screening process, and then you see the lines there. Sorry about that. And you see the lab technicians there. So I am running out of time again. I'll try to pick this up when I'm a little bit closer. I'm about 2 minutes out from getting my video shut down. Hold on a second. So as I get closer, I realize that I have my appointment on my phone, which I'm gonna have to show them because it gives you a code to verify the code. So I will be ending part 2 of this video here, and I'll pick it up once I'm in the line right over there.